shoot.
Looks like we're live, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on. Okay, we're here. Game two. Game two, Junior Greyhounds. And the Markham Waxers. Hounds coming off a tough 3-1 loss this morning. Boys played hard. Came up 2 goals short. But we'll look to spring back here against the Markham Waxers. Warm-up period is over. Pick up some pucks, have a pregame handshake, and we'll get this one going. Pre-game handshakes over. Get your starting lineup in net this afternoon. We got Cole Cerna. Back on defense, Renison, Dewey. Up front, we're going to go with Keating, Taiko, and Schumer. Boys are ready, and we're off. Puck controlled by the Hounds. Keating across the red line, dumps it deep. Puck in behind the Markham goalie. Up off the boards, high off the glass. Dewey holds it in. Now Schumer in to help, but Markham's away with it. And they just go to the zone read right back in deep. And we'll get a quick change there. Now puck in behind, Markham. Far half boards. Kept in by Reed and Lincoln. Right back in deep behind the goalie. Near boards. Again, kept in by Dewey. Pressure. And Markham able to clear the zone. Dewey takes it at the red line. Back to Lincoln. Lincoln waits. Chips it up. And now taken by Mullins. Mullins across. Gains the zone. Gets it in deep to the far corner. Now out front. Nobody home. Picked up by Markham. Markham up and out of the zone. Markham across the red line. Stop. Take it in deep. Try to get it out front. Taken by Bex. Bex up to McMillan. McMillan right out to Mullins. Mullins across the red line, dumps deep. Now pressure by Maione. Puck left in behind, picked up by McMillan. McMillan tries to wrap around, but taken there by. Now the Hounds control again. Shot high by Truman back at the blue line. Glove down there by Markham, and we're going to have a quick whistle and a face-off. Face-off coming up just to the right of the Markham goalie. And out comes Arbor along with Schumer and Rossbottom. Now puck back to Dahl on the blue line. Shot in low. Deflected. Rebound out front. And taken now by Arbor here in the near corner. Arbor works. Arbor works. Leaves it for Schumann. Swiped away by Markham. Back to Viennes on the blue line. Down deep. Now in behind the net for Rossbottom. Arbor. Arbor out to Schimmer. Schimmer shot in on net. Picked up by Rossbottom. Ooh, Rossbottom gets a shot in, but saved. And we'll have a whistle. Face off coming up. Arbor to take the draw. Arbor wins that down in the corner. Markham up the boards. Held in by Viennes for Schumer. But Markham controls. Now Markham across the red line. And Markham able to get it in deep. Dahl in behind Cerny. Dahl. Now Dahl comes away with it. Up for Rossbottom. Rossbottom up to Schumer. Off his skate. Now Schumer. Able to get it in deep in the far corner. Far corner. Schumer. Schumer looks. Tries to get it back to the blue line, but can't. But Ty Arbor there to keep it in. Schumer able to get it in deep. Now Rossbottom chases in the far corner. Line change. Rossbottom controls, gets it back to Lincoln. Lincoln tries to get it back in deep. Markham tries to clear, but can't. Puck held in by the Hounds. Now Markham able to clear. Now Markham back the other way. 2-on-1 with Renison. Markham shot. Saved by Cerna. Good save by Cole. And Cole covers up for a whistle. First save of the game by Cole Cerna. 7:02 to go in the first. 0-0. Face off to the right of Cole Cerna. Face off won by Kayuko. He gets it back to Gooey. Gooey up the boards for McMillan. Back to the blue line. Shot whiffed on that time. Now Reed picks it up. Reed dumps it in on net. And just behind the blue line, we're going to have an icing. Come all the way back down. It will come to the left of Cole Cerna this time, I believe. Face off, controlled by Markham. Markham shot in on that. Rebound, swiped out of there by Lincoln. Markham able to hold it in. Now picked up by Lincoln again. Lincoln chips it up and not quite out. Picked up by Markham. Markham walks in, tried to get it out front, taken away there by McMillan. McMillan chips it up and out. Now Markham controls in their zone. Good pressure by McMillan. He takes it away. Near corner, out front for Reed. Oh, Reed. Almost had a shot in on that. Stick lifted shot again by Reed off the rebound. And covered up again by Marco. Another face-off coming up. Good pressure that time again by the Hounds. Mullins out to take the draw. Now. Puck. Half board. Schumer. Mullins work. And Markham away with it. Now Truman picks it up. Truman circles back. Across the red line. Truman. Up to Mullins. Mullins takes it in deep. Mullins works in behind the Markham goalie. Out front. Had a guy open. Takes it to the far half boards. Now he battles down in deep. Now Markham takes it. RJ Maione pressure in behind the Markham goalie. Markham swings it back in behind her own net. Now up the boards and out of the zone. Now puck being chased down by Bex and Truman. Truman comes away with it. Now Truman back the other way. Truman circles back in behind the net, far side for Maione. Now Maione tries to chip it up around, can't. Back to Truman. Truman swings it over to Bex. Oh, Bex. And with 5:13 to go in the first, the Hounds are going to go down to man number 8, Bex. 2 minutes for tripping. So the Hounds will kill off a 2-minute penalty here, hopefully. Now, Dahl in behind the net over to Viens. Viens hard up off the boards. Out. No, held in by Markham. Viens sticks with it. Slapped up and out. Now Ross Bottom able to get it out of the zone. Markham right back in. Viens hard off the boards out of the zone. Now Markham works in their own zone. Pressure by Ross Bottom. Markham up and out. Icing. And we'll go back down all the way into the Markham zone. We'll take that icing. Yeah, I was just misplay there. Misplay there. Kaiko, Keating, Dahl and Viens. Kaiko wins that draw again. Hard shot. Kaiko wins that draw again. Hard shot in on net. Oh, in on net. Oh, tipped by Kaiko just over the net. Now Keating. Keating pins it along the far boards. Good job by Keating. Plus some time. Markham. Now Markham back the other way across center ice. Markham dumps it in wide here to the near corner. Chased down by Viens. Now Viens. Viens pins it here in the near corner, killing some time. Well, Markham finally comes away with it. Now right out front. Shot, good save by Cerna. Puck laying out front. And Jack Kaiko able to get it. Now Reed Keating, he's away with it. Taken right back by Markham. Now Markham works in their own zone. Now Markham. Stretch pass up and out of their way. Battle at center ice. Viens. Good hard shot from his own zone all the way down third. Now Mullins. Mullins works. Mullins controls in behind the Markham goalie. 29 seconds to go in the Hounds penalty. Now Markham. Markham gains control. And Gooey. Able to clear that puck back down in the Markham zone. Pressure by Mullins. Now Markham. Markham cross ice pass, center ice. Now they gain the zone. Shot from the top was deflected by Lincoln. Hounds are at full strength. Gooey. Gooey able to clear the zone. And we're going to have icing. 3:02 left in the first, 0-0. With an icing call of a face-off coming up just to the right of Cole Cerna. Ty Arbor on the draw, out there with Bex, Schumer, Truman, and Rossbottom. Now, Bex controls. In behind his own net. Now Truman there. Now Truman controls. Up to Rossbottom, just out of his reach. But he gains control. Over to Arbor. Oh, just out of Arbor's reach. But Rossbottom, he controls. Out front. Oh! Rossbottom had Schumer out front, but just tipped at the last minute by Markham. Markham hard off the boards. They control now. Markham able to get it in their zone, picked up on by Truman. Truman works in behind Cerna. Truman puts on the brakes. Pressured there by Markham. Gotta have help. Now picked up by Arbor. Arbor up for Rossbottom. Rossbottom back to Arbor. Arbor gains his own, takes it wide. Now Arbor. Arbor, tough angle shot. Now in behind the Markham goalie. Bottom in there to help. Now Markham back the other way. Now Markham, center ice pass. Now pressure by Schumer. He takes that puck away from Markham. Now Truman in for help. Truman across the red line, able to get it back into Markham's zone. Markham. Good stretch pass that time there, right back in our zone. Got McMillan in there. Off the line change, comes and takes that right away. Truman. Up the boards to Keating. Keating up for Kaiko. Good pass there. Kaiko across the red line. Dumps it in deep. Now chased by McMillan. McMillan's going to be the first one to that puck. Now Kaiko in. Kaiko leaves it right back in behind the net for McMillan. Just out of his reach. But there's Reed Keating with good pressure. Now Kaiko, pass picked off there by McMillan. McMillan shot in on net and covered up by Markham that time. Good pressure by these three boys again, picking up where they left off. And with 1:06 left in the first, we'll have a face-off coming up to the right here of the Markham goalie. Now face-off controlled by Markham. Shot in hard around the net. Markham up the boards and out of the zone. Puck picked up there by Schumer. Schumer gains the zone. Shot tipped high. Now RJ picks it up in the far corner. RJ circles, leaves it in behind the net. Puck laying out front. And Vien's there to keep it in. Vien keeps it in behind the net. Bounces off. RJ chips it in deep in the far corner. Mullins works in the far corner. Tries to leave it out for Schumer. Comes up from the line. Held in by Vien. Vien shot in, tip. And not out. And that's held in by Maione. Good job by Maione to hold that in. Markham picks it up. But Markham's back the other way, far side, cross the red line. 16 seconds to go in the first. Mullins, he picks it up. Now he's in behind. He's in behind Cerna. Ooh, dangerous pass out front. 7 seconds left. Top of the circle, high slot shot. That's tipped by the Hounds. Woo! Now Dahl picks it up. Far half boards, and that's the end of the first period. Dangerous pass out front that time. Tipped down. End of the first. Scoreless first period. I'm cold, man.
Huh?
I'm cold. Look at that. Ooh. Quick break there for the boys. Referee blows the whistle. We got to get this one going, he says. Referee wants to get home and watch the get ready for the Blue Jays game tonight, apparently. Second period about to start here. Gooey and Renison back deep. Ty is going to take the face off. Ross bottom of the pulling at his side. Now face off. And Markham controls. Lincoln able to get it deep. We're going to call icing? Ooh, he is going to call icing. So we'll go back down in the Hound zone. Now, puck swiped out of there by Gooey. Gooey able to chip it out. No icing. Hunter McMillan on it. Hunter. Tell you what, Hunter's having a heck of a weekend, man. Kids skating all over. Pressure everywhere. Hunter now works in the far corner. Hunter backhanded out to Gooey. Gooey shot in on that tip just wide. Now, Gooey holds it in and still controls. Puck came out though, but Gooey able to get it back in deep. Now, Markham. They control in their own zone. Markham. Cross-ice pass to nobody. Now Bex chases it down. Bex works in behind Cerna. Bex. Chips it up and around, up to Kaiko. Now Kaiko leaves it for Keating. Now dumps it in deep. And icing is the call. Icing. So we'll go back down just to the right of Cole Cerna. Another icing. Left of Cole Cerna, I'm sorry. Face off. Back to Charlie Truman. Now Markham back to the blue line. Right, dump it back in deep. Now Markham works in behind closer and tries to get it out deep. Kicked by Jack Gaico. Now puck there for Bex. Bex up off the boards and out of the zone. Puck there for Truman. Truman over to Bex. Bex up to Schumer. Schumer across the red line, dumps it deep. Puck in behind the Markham goalie. Now out comes McMillan. McMillan holds. McMillan patient out front for Keating. Keating controls. Keating around the net. Shot. Puck. Score. There we go. Hey, we're on the board, boys. Nice work. Good hard work. Gets the Greyhounds on the board. 1-0 with 13:08 to go. Good hard work that time. Schumer able to get it deep. Reed Keating chases it. Hunter McMillan in there. Everybody working hard. Not sure who got that one. A lot of hard work there. Who got that? Who got that? Was that Reed? Hunter? Who got that?
I think it was Hunter's.
Was it? Okay. Not sure who got that. It was either Reed or Hunter. Both of them in there working their tails off. Now Markham. Out of the zone. Markham controls that center ice. Now they take it back all the way back in their zone. Now there's Hunter putting on the pressure. Now Maione. Maione right back in. But Markham comes away with it. Taken by Mullins. Back to Dahl. Dahl works in his own zone. Now Dahl up and out. Chips it up. Now Markham controls in their own zone. Mullins. Pressure. Markham back out. Long stretch past the center ice. Now Markham, they gain his own shot. Tipped wide. And Cole Cern is going to snag it and grab us a whistle. Now Arbor on the draw. Who's going to win that draw? Taken there by Gooey. Tries to chip it out. Not quite. Now face where we at. Puck's there. Back in the far corner. Controlled by Markham. Pressure. Puck up to the blue line. Markham tries to get a shot. That's tipped. Gooey up off the boards. Now controlled by Schumer. Schumer chips it around him. Just too far. No icing. Now Schumer. Can't quite get to it. Markham gains control. But Renison right back up the boards to Ross Bottom. And Markham back the other way. Now Gooey controls. Gooey up to McMillan. McMillan to Arbor. Arbor gains the zone. McMillan. Markham can't clear. It's back to Gooey. Gooey into McMillan. McMillan dumps it in deep. Now Ross Bottom there. Puck. Far corner. Markham turns around and swings it in behind their own goalie. Now here comes Arbor. Cuts that guy off. But Markham comes away with it. Back the other way. They're at center ice. Now they gain the zone. Shot in right in the chest of Cole Cern. Easy save for him. And we'll get a whistle. .45 to go in the second. 1-0 Junior Hounds. Now Markham controls. Now Bex, far corner. Bex sees Cody. Gets it up to Cody. Good long stretch pass there, but Markham's there to swarm Cody and take that puck away. Now Markham. Good pressure by the Hounds there. Markham does gain the zone now. High slot shot. Well wide of Cole Cerner that time. Now Markham in behind Cerner. They work, trying to get it out front. Taken by Mullins. Mullins is around one guy. Now Mullins, far side across the red line, gains the zone. He's taken down. Now Markham controls in behind their own goalie. Markham up hard off the boards, pressure, and they're up out of the zone, but Ty Arbor's there to take it away. Leaves it for Bex. Bex back with Arbor. Arbor, good cross ice pass for Mullins. Off his stick, right to Markham. Now Markham circles in their own zone, off the boards. And who's got it here at center ice? Battle here at center ice. Now Truman, he's away with it. Truman, he gains the zone, takes it to the far top circle. Now, leaves it for Bex. Bex tries to get it into deep, knocked down by Truman. Truman finds Arbor at the far blue line. Arbor circles, leaves it for Truman. Truman shot in on net. Rebound. And swiped away that time by Markham. Picked up by Arbor here in the near boards. And Markham comes away with it. Got a little yard sale here going on. Now Arbor works in the near corner. Markham swings it around. Bex is there to hold it in. Bex holds. And in the far corner, we're going to have a penalty. Schumer draws a penalty. Going to have 2 minutes for something with 8:56 to go. Hounds are going to go on the power play. Two minutes for cross-checking on Markham with 8:56 to go in the second period. Arbor on the draw. Markham controls, and they're able to clear right away. Now Mavdal, he chases it down. And Markham there to pick it up right away. And Markham clears. Now, puck back down in Markham's zone. They're able to clear at center ice. Oh. Mason was able to steal that puck, but got a little too aggressive and we're offside, so we'll have a face-off coming at the neutral zone. 8:30 to go in the second period. Hounds up 1-0. Minute 36 to go in the Markham penalty. Face-off won by Mullins, back to Viens. Viens over to Dahl. Dahl, offsides. Another face-off. Mullins. Face-off, one back to Markham. Markham clears. Viens chases that puck down in behind Cerna. Puts on the brakes. Finds McMillan. McMillan. Oh, just out of reach of Mullins. Now Markham controls in their own zone. Knocked down by Cody. Now Rossbottom. Rossbottom works at the half boards. Leaves it back for Dahl. Dahl shot in on that tip. Ooh, good tip by Hunter. And a good save by Markham. Good low shot by Dahl. Good tip by McMillan. Good save. Now Markham. Markham away. Markham one-on-one with Dewey. Shot. Good save by Cerna. Now McMillan. Able to clear the zone. Good pass up to Rossbottom. Oh, good pass from Rossbottom to Mullins. Mullins, he's in all alone. Woo! What a move by Mullins for the 2-0 junior Greyhound lead. Good passing that time by the Hounds to get out of the zone. Good job by Viens to get back to that puck in his zone. Good pass up to McMillan. McMillan, great pass up to Rossbottom. Rossbottom, beautiful pass over to Mullins. And Mullins takes care of the rest for the 2-0 junior Greyhounds lead. 7:35 to go in the second. Now, Markham controls. Try to get it in deep camp. Bex picks it up, swings it over to Truman. Truman up for Kaiko. Now Kaiko for Reed. Now Markham back in her own zone near boards. Chased down by Schumer. Far boards there, Kaiko. Kaiko puts on the pressure. He's got it. Dumps it back for Bex. Bex shot in on net. Rebound. And it's laying there. Now Markham swings it back the other side. Pressure there. Beck steps in and keeps it in. Whoa, but Markham able to swipe it out of the zone. Now, chased down by Truman. He swings in back behind Cerno. Able to swing it up for Keating. Now Keating. Works hard. And Truman's there. Able to get it up and out to Arbor. Now Arbor. Arbor gains the zone. Arbor tries to get it in. And he's cut off there by Markham. But there's Hunter McMillan. They'll pick it up and get a shot in on that save by Markham. 6:28 to go. Face-off coming up to the left of the Markham goalie. Now Arbor wins the draw back to Viens. Viens dumps it in deep for McMillan and Arbor. And Markham able to clear the zone. Good job by Viens to cut it off. Now, puck in the neutral zone. Viens comes away with it. Now Viens is going to take a little rush of his own. Viens gains his own, top of the near circle. Dumps it in behind Markham. Now Arbor. Arbor works in behind Markham goalie. No help there. Now Markham. Markham swings it around the far side boards. And back the other way they come here. Good pressure by Maione that time. And there's Ty. Ty with the help. Ty and Maione. Now Maione comes away with it. Maione dumps it in deep. Far side, there's McMillan now. Now McMillan controls. Now Maione comes in and takes it. Maione back to Viens. Viens, good hard shot in. Tip. Oh, just tipped wide by McMillan. Now Arbor battles. Maione's in for help again. Maione and Arbor. Puck squirts out to Markham. Now Markham finally able to clear the zone. Now Markham. Tipped away. Oh, tipped away that time by Dahl. And with 5:05 left, we've got a whistle. 5:05 to go in the second. And we'll have a whistle coming up to the left of Cole Cerno. Now, Dahl swings it in back for Viens. Now Viens. Viens leaves it up for Schumer. Now Viens controls. Or Schumer. Schumer back for Dahl now. Now Dahl. Chips it up and out of the zone for Rossbottom. Rossbottom up to Mullins. Taken away by Markham. Now Markham. Markham able to get it up and out of the zone. Swing it center ice. Out of reach for him. Now Dahl back up to Rossbottom. Rossbottom moves it for Mullins. Mullins able to get it in deep. Now Markham controls in the far corner. Kaiko. Good pressure by Kaiko to keep that puck in. Now picked up by McMillan. McMillan tries to get into Rossbottom. Can't. Intercept it. McMillan. Oh, McMillan stays with it and able to get a shot off. Saved by Markham that time. Good pressure again by McMillan and Kaiko and Keating. Now Kaiko on the draw. And he's going to get kicked out of the draw. Now Keating to take the draw. And Markham comes away with that draw. Now Markham dumps it in deep. Now Markham. Markham swings it in behind Cole. Now they work in the near corner. Back to the blue line. Picked off by Truman. Now Truman's back the other way. Truman's across the red line. And he's bumped off the puck. Now Markham. Now Markham. Now Markham. Now Markham across the red line. Top of the circle, they take it into the far corner, swing it in behind Cerna. Now here at the near half board. Now they work down low. Now that pass is picked off by Keating. Keating able to get it up to McMillan. McMillan across the red line, dumps it in deep. Now, chased down by Reed. Keating, he puts the pressure on. Good pressure by Keating. Now Markham comes away with it. There's Arbor. Arbor to take that puck away. Rides his man off the puck there. Good pressure by Arbor to keep control of that puck. Swings it back to Dahl. Dahl back to Betts. Betts swings it up to Schumer. Tipped by Markham. Now Markham. Going to swing it in back behind their goalie. Pressure by Maione in the near corner. Maione, good pressure. He's taken down. No call. Markham. Far side. Now Markham in the up and away, out of the zone. Good pressure by Schumer that time. Now Betts picks it up in behind Cerna. Now Markham in the far corner. Now Betts, good job to take that puck away. Shot it on net, blocked down by Schumer. And Schumer able to get it to Maione. Maione leaves it for Mullins. Oh, just offsides by maybe a half a stride. And that was close. 2:14 to go in the second. 2-0 Junior Hounds. Just offsides, half a stride. Now Markham away with it. Markham gained his own. But Mason Vien's there to stop that right away. Now Mullins swings it in back behind the net, picked off by Markham, but there's Vien's to take it right back. Now, good pass by Truman, cross ice for Mullins. Mullins, he's one-on-one, takes it wide. Gets in behind his guy out front, and swiped away by Markham. But Kaiko leaves it back for Vien's. Vien's cross for Truman. Truman shot in. That's high and wide. Wow. Markham can't clear. Oh, just under the stick of Vien's, but he turns and gets it back in the zone. Taken back by Mullins. And Markham able to clear and gain our zone. Now Markham. They're in. Out front. Backhand. Off the skate of Vien's. Now Jack Kaiko battles. Now we're going to have a penalty up and coming to somebody. Who is it? Truman? Truman's going? Not sure about that. Number 4, Charlie Truman, 2 minutes for hooking, I believe. It looks like. Yes, 2 minutes for hooking on Charlie Truman. Truman's having a good game, working hard. Not sure about that call. Keep up the hard work, Truman. You're doing well, buddy. Now Arbor on the draw, wins it. Now Schumer able to chip it up and out of the zone. Now Schumer, pressure. Gooey. Good job by Gooey to dump that in deep from the center ice. Now Markham controls in behind her own net. Now Markham back the other way. Tipped by Schumer. Center ice, puck bouncing. Now Dahl able to clear the zone. Now Arbor picks it up at center ice. He gains the zone. Going to take his time. Leaves it for Schumer. Shot in. Pad save. Rebound. Schumer. Shot and save. Good job by Schumer and Arbor to put some pressure on and get a shot away. Nice job, boys. 40 seconds left in the second. 1:22 left in the penalty. Now, face-off picked up by Markham. Here they come, 2-on-2. Now Markham. Swiped away by Gooey. Far corner they work. Now Markham. Half board, far side. They walk in, out front. Rebound. Swiped out of there by Mav. Reed can't quite get it loose, but Kaiko, he's there to finally get it out. He battles hard. Hook! Hey, attaboy, Jack! Way to stay with it, Jack! And Kaiko is going to pick up a penalty. Or
This is a sign on the way here that they should be
yeah. Jack Kaiko, good hustle, good work. Was hooked up high, drew a penalty, stuck with it. 14 seconds left. Markham's going to go in the box. 2 minutes for hooking. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 55 seconds. Mavi Dahl, quick shot on net from the blue line, tipped high and up off the net. 7 seconds left to go in the second period. Keating, Kaiko, Dahl, and Viennes. Now face off, back to Dahl. Now Dahl just chips it in deep. And that's going to do it for the second period. So at the end of 2, the Hounds up 2-0. Start of the third period. Mullins, he controls the face-off. He's 1-on-1. Mullins, little backhand in on net, picks up his own rebound. Mullins, patience, circles around high slot, leaves it for Viennes. Viennes walks in, high slot shot. Pad save, knocked to the side, but Mullins picks it up, gives it back for Viennes. Viennes snuffed out, taken by Markham. Now Markham back the other way across the red line. Gain the zone, chipped away by Bex. Picked up by Maione. He's across the red line, gains his own. Maione, good strong move, walks in, rebound. Mason Viennes at a baby. Mason Viennes walks in and picks up the rebound, gets himself on the board. Atta boy, Mace. Way to go, kid. RJ Maione takes the puck in, makes a good strong move in, gets a little backhand shot in. Goalie gives up a rebound. Mason Viennes comes in, does the cleanup work to make it a 3-0 Junior Greyhounds lead with 14:22 to go in the third period. Now, puck, far corner, Hunter McMillan controls. Dumps it back for Dahl. Dahl right back in for Keating. Keating works on the half board. He leaves it back for Dahl. Dahl shot in on net. Hey, Dahl! Little shot in on net. And that finds. I think that might have been a pass back for Hunter, maybe, but it finds the back of the net anyways. Dahl makes it 4-0. 13:54 to go in the third period. Now Markham control. Now Markham gains his own, swiped out of there by Gooey. Markham picks it up again though. Now Markham in the near corner. Dump it back to the blue line. Markham shot in on net, and Gooey tips that away. Now Markham controls, walk in, blocked in, time again by Dahl. Now Markham controls in the far corner. Now Gooey picks it up in behind Cerno. Now Markham. Markham able to keep it in the zone. Now picked up by McMillan at the half board. He leaves it up for Arbor. Now Arbor. Arbor gains the zone. Now Arbor puts on the brakes, waits, looking for something. High slot for Gooey. Gooey dumps it in for Reed Keating. Oh, Reed! Nice little backhand shot, just wide and high. Now Schumer. Schumer leaves it for Becks. Becks shot in on net. Tip just wide that time by Reed. Now Arbor picks it up in the near corner. Now Reed in behind the net. Good strong move that time. Leaves it back for Becks. Becks swings it over for Gooey. Gooey shot in on that. Tipped rebound. Lay in. And nothing happened in that time. And not a lot of pushing. Shot. And whistle. Face off. What's going on, boss? How you doing?
Good, you?
Good. Yeah. It's going all right.
You're not us, buddy.
Yeah?
You struggle.
Yeah. Tough one this morning? Yeah. Yeah. Who you got next?
No friend of better. We should beat them.
Yeah. Right after this? Are you guys other sheet though, but right after us? Oh, good. Yeah. We'll watch a little bit. Yeah.
They have 5:20 now for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We better beat them. Not gonna lie yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kids are standing around watching the game.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see ya. Now Markham. Markham gains our zone. Now Markham. Markham back to the blue line. Shot in on that. That's wide. Now Truman back there. Markham out front. And back the other way we come. Ross bottom, far side. Crosses the red line. Now we gain the zone. Now Hunter controls. Hunter battling. And Hunter's going to get a penalty for just skating through a guy. Just being stronger than the other guy. Guy got in his way and Hunter just was stronger. Hunter going to go 2 minutes for just working hard. 11:35 to go in the third. Hounds will go down short. And that puck held in by Markham. But out of his own. RJ battles hard in the far corner. RJ battling. RJ working hard. Not a boy Arj. Now puck squirts out to Dahl. Dahl takes it. Dahl able to get it down into the Markham zone, but here they come right away. Able to chip it in deep in the Hound zone. Picked up by Mav Dahl in the far corner. Now Mav. Mav battles, squirts out in front, but there's Vienza to take that away. Now picked up by Mullins. Mullins got a head of steam. Splits the two defensemen. He's in. Oh, can't quite find the back of the net there. Mullins. Leaves it for Maione. Oh, tries to pull the trigger. And able to dump it back in deep. Now for Mullins in the near corner. Trying to squirt it over to Truman. Picked off by Markham. Now back the other way comes Markham. Pressured by Reed Keating at center ice, but Markham gains the zone. Markham, top of the circle. Able to get it in deep. Now Markham. Back to the blue line. Shot in on net, low tip. Laying out front, picked up by Truman. Truman able to get it deep. And frozen there by the Markham goalie. 10:09 to go in the third. Face-off coming up just to the right of the Markham goalie. Arbor, Keating, Gooey, and Truman. Face-off. Markham back the other way. Now Markham controls. Markham at the half board. Now Markham down low. Now Battle down there with Arbor and Markham. Arbor comes away with it. Backhanded up and out of the zone. Right back in. Now picked up by Gooey. Gooey hard off the boards and held in by Markham. Now Truman, half boards, able to get it out of the zone. Greyhounds, full strength. Now, Reed. Markham, back the other way, held in by Truman. Ooh, not quite. Markham, back the other way they come. And that's going to be offsides by just a half a stride. So, 9:18 to go. Face-off coming up at the neutral zone. Now, Mavdahl tries to come out, get it up to Schumer, too far, and no icing, though. Now Markham right back the other way. Markham up across the red line. They gain the zone, tipped away by Betts. Markham able to hold the zone. And in behind for Dahl. Now Dahl. Dahl up for Rossbottom. Up and out of the zone. But there's Kaiko. Now Markham. Markham. Looking. Far half boards. Good cross ice pass to center ice. Now they gain the zone. Now Markham. Good cover this time by Mavdahl. Now picked up by Schumer. Schumer chips it up and out of the zone for Mulls. Now Mulls is around his man. And Markham takes it right back away. Now Markham going to gain the zone. Markham. Top of the circle, shot in on net. Tipped aside by Cole Cerna. Now Mavdahl. Able to chip it around his guy, picked up by Mullins. Good stretch pass there for Arbor. But Markham there to knock it away, and RJ Maione is able to get it in deep, though. Now, back to Truman on the blue line. Now, Arbor works in behind the Markham goalies, around one guy, kicks himself out front, and finally tipped away by the Markham player. Now, puck at center ice for Viens. Viens is able to get it back in deep. Now Markham. Markham able to swing it around here in the near corner. Here they work. Pressure by Arbor. Arbor is able to come away with it. Arbor swings around. Now he's in the high slot. High slot. Now he swings around looking. Able to get it right out front to Mullins. Mullins, can't quite pull the trigger. Finally does. Whiffed the first time. Able to get a stick on it the second time. Finds the 5-hole for his second goal in the game. Good job by Ty Arbor. Ty worked. Found some space. Was able to find an open Cody Mullins in front. Good job by Ty. 5-0 Junior Greyhounds. 7:06 to go in the third. Mavdahl controls in behind Cole Cerna. Mavdahl. Now Markham controls in behind Cerna. Puck picked up by Kaiko. Kaiko up to Hunter. Hunter up and out of the zone. But Markham right back in. Now Gooey. Gooey up to Keating. Keating up to Kaiko. Now Kaiko is across the red line. Now he gains the zone, able to get it in deep to the far corner. Now pressure by Kaiko. Reed Keating. Keating. Now McMillan. McMillan with his pressure. Now McMillan. McMillan with the pressure. Now Gooey steps up. He holds. Now Gooey. He's going to walk in. He's looking. Gooey. Gooey works in. Gooey circles out front. Gooey circles. Gooey's back to the blue line. Gooey circles. Leaves it in. Markham able to finally clear the zone.